And the final thing was, why I'm still a Muslim. Why am I a Muslim? Because that will be very, very topical. You may have heard of Bertrand Russell, a British atheist philosopher, very well known in the 60s and 70s. He wrote a book, Why I'm Not a Christian, why he's an atheist. And the ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair, when he came out with a book in the late 90s, I forgot the name of the book, but there's a chapter called Why I Am a Christian, which was a response to, I think, partly a response to Bertrand Russell, which I thought was very brave, very good. It's good to see a Christian actually trying to promote Christian values and not paying lip service. Ibn Warraq, who's an ex-Muslim, very well known, he wrote a book, Why I'm Not a Muslim. So my proposal to have that subtopic, Why I Am a Muslim, would be a part response to that and to what a lot of ex-Muslims have actually said. I'd invite you to let's reconvene at an appropriate time for you.
Yeah, the problem I'll tell you is that people are not interested in hearing about the Islamic scripture and Islam and why people are Muslims. People on this channel are generally fed up of Islam and are fed up of Muslims, and they don't want to hear another Muslim preach to them. So my skepticism is that's why I don't talk about the scripture. I don't want any interviews to sound as if we're preaching to anybody. What I'm interested in is the honesty and the practical solutions of those people who are doing grooming gangs. They are linking it to the scripture. And yes, okay, 80% of the people aren't, but that's not the point. No one ever said that all Muslims are like this. The point is there is still a massive faction, a section of society who has linked it to the scripture. So unless you've got any suggestions of how we can educate them, how we can stop it, what people don't want to do is hear any kind of interview, half an hour, 1 hour, where it's a lecture and there's another Muslim now going to sound like an apologist. And because they're like, okay, fine, that's great for you. You're not doing the grooming gangs, but those other assholes are. So do you have any solutions for that? So happy to have you back, as long as it's not, it's going to sound like an apologist and it's actually solutions based. And this is what we need to do. Okay. They have linked it to the scripture themselves. Muslims have to take responsibility of the impression that we have given people. We have to take responsibility for that.
Yeah,
there's too many times these men talk shit and do shit, and then when someone wants to have a conversation about the scripture, then it's like, oh, Islamophobia. So what I would like to talk about is, let's be honest, what are we going to do about it?
It's something that I did try to do way back in the early 2000s when I stood for Parliament, was challenge the Al-Muhajirun, etc., etc. They can be challenged head on.